everyone, I am back with another interesting video. As per the polls taken on my Instagram channel, this topic received the highest number of votes. And the topic is how to deal with procrastination and laziness. Now, when we are trying to get something out of our system or our habitual mindset, we need to replace it with something positive. So if we are trying to get out procrastination and laziness, we need to tell our mind what do we have to include. And that is, we can call being productive, being proactive, having good schedules, following them. So we need to decide what do we want to replace this habit of procrastinating with. So to replace procrastination, you can say, I want to be proactive. Instead of feeling lazy, I want to feel more energetic. So when it comes to being productive and proactive, what is the thing that we need to manage properly? So usually while we talk about being productive, what we talk about is time management. But it is not just time, because we all have 24 hours in our hand and many of us are good planners. But what makes a major difference is execution. And execution is not just based on time management, it is based on how much energy you have and how that energy are you able to manage. Now, in one seminar or webinar I was conducting, I had taken an example of an energy tank. Imagine an energy tank you have. There are two outlets to it and two inlets to it. So inlet can be the food you consume, the information you consume, what are you doing to fill up the energy tank. And outlets can be the work that is demanded from you or where the tank is draining. So I want you to watch my time management video properly so that you understand the analogy of this tank. Now, in order to keep this tank full, in order to feel good and have good amount of energy, we need to see that we put good amount of things in the inlet. And that can be the hobbies, that can be the things that you like doing, that can be the things that are good for your mind, body, soul, your heart, everything. So to understand what can be the inlet, there is one very good example I have taken from Robin Sharma's new book that I was reading, and he talks about the 4 sets. We usually talk about the mindset a lot, but we skip the other 3. The mindset, the Heartset, the Soulset and the Healthset. When your mind, body, heart and soul is in a good condition, that is the time when you have a lot of energy. Now we all know what do we mean by mindset. How do you take control or have charge over your mind is very simple. You have control over the information that you're consuming. The filter that we create in our mind of what is important to us, what is not important to us, is majority of the times determined by the filter that we put on our mind. And in today's video, we are mostly going to talk about execution. How will you have the energy to execute particular tasks properly? So once you're done with the planning and your goals, see to it that the information you're consuming is going to support your progress, not degrade your progress. You have to see what kind of information is going to drain your energy and what kind of information is going to give you more energy to do that work. For example, you're preparing for some competitive exam. You are consuming information that will enrich your knowledge about the subject, then it is good. Now, if you consume that kind of information of how competitive that exam is, what is the ratio of students getting selected, how many colleges, how many seats, what is the amount of competition, getting overwhelmed by that information. Now your mind is again drawn to the states about how you cannot be selected for that particular exam. How will you not perform good in that particular exam? That is how your mindset is decided on the basis of information you consume. So put a filter there. Your mindset will be in your control if you control the consumption of the information that you are consuming. The second thing is your heart set. Heart set is about your emotional well-being. If you have emotional block in your system, it ends up degrading your mindset as well as your health set. That means if we have blocks in our emotional system, that in longer term affects your health too. If you hold on to many things, it results in lowering your immunity too. And if you hold on to things, then your mind won't be functioning. If you observe when you're emotionally charged or you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, that time you cannot make good decisions. That time you cannot think about every situation rationally. That is why you need to keep your heart set properly. How do you keep your heart set properly? One of the best tools is to do journaling, writing in your diary. Whatever thoughts have been collected in your mind, whatever is dump or went into your diary. If you have some good friends, your confidants, your family members, having good connections to them. And people who are sensitive, people who really have the need of having deep bonds with people around them, who like to be kind, who like to extend a helping hand, Doing some kind of social work, contributing and adding value to other people's life keeps your heart set in a good form. So you have to do a good introspection of what is that emotionally matters to me a lot. So whatever emotionally matters to your family, your friends, you can have your pets, whatever matters to you, see that you have some time to spend with that particular part of your life too. Now the third and the very essential part is your health set. When your body, your instrument that you have in this world, is in a good condition, that is the only time where your brain will function, where you can sync with everything else, because your body is what is going to help you execute. So our physical health and our mental health are very closely related. So spending time to exercise, to perform breathing exercises, to do yoga, to do pranayam, to go to the gym, whatever makes you feel recharged and energized will help you a lot in keeping the energy high. What is working for me now is doing meditation and going to the gym. So you can start with little steps. You don't need to go overwhelmed by doing everything and adding everything to your schedule at once, but just seeing what I can do right now. What is the next step that I can do to grow in this particular field? So if you're talking about 4 things now, you can just write down about one thing you can do in each part. And the last is your soul set. That will help you in your spiritual growth. If you already know what spirituality is and you feel connected to your spirit, then it's okay. And if you don't know about it, you can explore about it as you go ahead in this journey. But disconnecting with this material world or disconnecting with your 5 senses and just being there in the moment helps you a lot in recharging yourself. That is what I have observed. You can do various other things to be feeling spiritually very good and increasing your growth in your spirit. Now, if you're only inclined to spirituality, that time you can understand these topics, and if you don't know, it's completely fine to go ahead with the first 3 sets. If you're doing all things good in these 3 sets, then you will have more energy than before. This is how you keep the energy tank full. In keeping the energy tank full, now when it is time to give the outburst of your energy, that is the time when you prioritize. That is the time when you take actions towards your plans. Now, whenever something is assigned to us, what do? We go and write it in our diary or plan it ahead. Now, you're telling this to your mind that I have planned it ahead. That means it is important for me. But when you have not taken any action about that thing right now, what is the signal you have sent to your brain is that it is not important for me right now. So even if you're planning something ahead, please see to it that some initial part of the action that is required to do for that task, you have already done. For example, you are in a college and you get some assignments to do. Now, when you say that I'll be doing these assignments maybe on the weekends or coming Thursday, coming Friday, whatever, just see to it that you do the research part of that assignment or some 10-20% of the part of the assignment already, so that your brain knows that this is important for me, and there will be more chances that you go back to the thing. Otherwise, you have completely taken it out of your system and just written in your diary. Time management, being productive, being proactive is more about execution. Now you have observed this, that many of the times we flow with many ideas in our mind, okay? We think about those ideas, brainstorm, research, do everything, and when it comes to take action, that time we feel like we don't have any energy left in us. Now why this happened? Your energy got consumed mentally. All energy went into thinking, planning, doing all those things, but zero actions taken. Now no motivation left to take action. No energy left to take action. So what you should be doing? Thinking a lot, not taking action is also dangerous. Taking action without thinking will only give you short-term results. So the best part is plan, take action, see how you need to replan, renovate, what better you can do, give yourself feedback, again take the action. So plan, action, feedback, action is something that will help you be proactive. Even if you make mistakes, you will allow yourself to make good mistakes next time, so that you become better at your job and you will be having time to give good finished results because you have already started. When we do things at the last moment of time, we cannot make good results. We can only do it for the sake of doing it, and we will be giving the excuse to ourselves that I had planned it ahead. But planning is not productivity. It is planning and execution. This is what we need to remember. Now, laziness, procrastination, all this comes, as I said, through lack of energy. Now, what can we do to ensure we have a lot of energy to do the work that we like to do? See, when you are told to do something and when you do something on your own, when is the time you have more energy? The time when you decide on your own that I want to do this thing. You do it with a different kind of passion. So when we do things that we are passionate about, we don't have to look for where will the energy come from. It comes internally. We just don't know what is the source of it. But the energy comes and we do that action, right? So that is the main key to understand. When you do things that you love, passion and energy will come automatically. So have the courage to build your careers, to build your future in the things that you like to do. Even though for now you might be stuck with things or you don't know, might have confusions with what you want to do ahead, you don't know what you like, but still have at least one or two activities in your daily life which you love to do. That is going to make your life worth living, interesting. You will have that charm and smile on your face while doing the job. Otherwise, you will have a grave and a drained face and you don't even know what am I doing, why am I doing, what am I doing with this life, and then you will procrastinate every single time somebody else has to give you a push, please go ahead and do it, and then you will only do for the sake of doing it. That is now how we want to invest our life into some things, right? We want to invest our life in something that is really important to us. So ask yourself powerful questions. You might not get the answers right away, but one day you will surely get. Ask yourself, what is that one problem that I wish to solve in this world? Second question you can ask is, what are the things that I am good at? Try to find the overlap between these things and you will find your answers. We people are smart enough to find these answers but don't have the courage because not very habituated to take action in these directions. So when you want to do things that you really like to do, energy will come to you. The only thing we want to remember is the time to take action is right now and not plan ahead in your diary. Your diary is there to schedule things for you, and you schedule things only based on your priorities and your schedules. Do not copy anybody else's schedule. You won't be able to sustain that schedule for a long period of time. Listen to your body, understand your body clock, understand your requirements, your situations, and then make your schedule. One or two times you might fail at making a good schedule that is interesting for you. You know, people always say, I'm not able to follow a schedule, I'm not a schedule kind of a person. You did not find a schedule that works for you. And who is going to give it to you? You yourself. So if you're a very creative person, you need to have a good chunk of time in your schedule where you can give it to your creativity. Otherwise, you're going to feel bored about every single thing that is happening. So it is your responsibility to do things that you really like to do, and then you will get the energy to execute. I hope this video was helpful for you.